I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough that now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows there's at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was one kind of escapism from my situation. I started reading instead. There's a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I'd go back for more. Finally, I liked reading and became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked out of looking at my hands. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. These became increasingly harder to distinguish from one another, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred in some gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week would go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization I didn't know what day of week it was. Other times, all the things around me would painfully crash into my consciousness. Through the barrier of nonchalance I'd set up for myself. Pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear. I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking and staring I was going to cry. That only happened rarely. I couldn't even cry. The day the doctor comes in, gives us a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. Parents are here. It's been a few days since I last seen them. Both of them are even dressed up. Supposed to be some kind of special occasion. It's not a party. There's a ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time, sorting his papers, setting them aside to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. Looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hasao. How are you doing today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. Get your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. Doctor handed a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden the second he reads it quickly. So many. Taking from his hand, I look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Just very long medication, spraying at the paper seems insurmountable. They're together in a sea of letters. Look at all these things. Those wow. There's too many things. Wow. It's all blending together in mesh of words. Man. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradiction, contractions, and doses are listed off, line after line with cold precision. Tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't even understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life? Every day? I rate that's best we can do at this point. However, new medication is always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I would have felt better if you hadn't said anything at all. So I spoke to your parents. We believe it would be best if we don't turn to your old school. What? Please, calm down, Hasa. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he said it, tell me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. If I wanted to be homeschooled, where my concern shows is ignored. You'll understand your education is paramount, but however, I don't think it's that wise for you to be without supervision. At least it's not until ensure your medication is suitable. I was talking to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I... It's 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on campus. Even if it's a boarding school of sorts. It assigns you to students a degree of independence while keeping up nearby. Independent, it's a school to disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it's really that free, then it wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only where we want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. Because I really have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, few of their condition didn't usually live long lives. You need a job one day, and it's a good opportunity to continue your education. This is an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it goddamn opportunity. You should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I already wanted to return to school, and, well, it's not the same one. Official school. That's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students, they're pretty active in their own sort of way. Students they still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Father's right. Many of the graduates for this school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is gradually. I don't care. A person held by disability, that's what a disability is. Well, I hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I've always thought life was sort of actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I'd easily yell at something now about how I can get back to school anyway. But no. I don't say anything. The fact I know no, it's not. It's futile. I look around the room feeling very tired of all of this. The doctor, the hospital, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There isn't really a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what it was even like. As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It'd be a mistake just to resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life would look like. Act 1. Life Expectancy. The air looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general didn't seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and clay plaster centered in a hole that didn't feel welcoming at all. Whatever looked like the gate for what a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long. So anyway, through a brick space, it felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with its brick space. I'm supposed to be alone. And the parents were off taking myself to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh-cut grass and other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. Makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few feelings loom around the Levy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's uncanny valley, even though I was told there's my new school in the back of my mind. It doesn't feel like one. I don't know if this feeling is real or causing my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anybody here. It's kind of eerie. I just wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself into something tangible. Instead of having to feel this feeling, I step into another dimension. Face on with the wind and green hues flashing around me catch my attention. Make you think about hospital again and how they see operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? One of you standing for the haughty main building, I surprised myself realizing why the gate bothered me. It's less chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there's no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and restless in the head of my head, I opened the front door.